Welcome into our first edition of Diamond Talk featuring Savage Storm baseball coach Zach Crabtree. Coming off of the weekend, you finally get to start the homestand. As you reflect back on this back week, I know you and I were talking a little bit off camera. The game against UCO, maybe not reflective of the effort your team put forth, and then a couple of tight one-run games.
Yeah, the UCO game got away in the 6th and 7th inning. It was a tight 0-0 game. Matter of fact, we're down 3-0 and out hitting them 5-2 at that time. And then we didn't respond real good to some adversity. And we talked about it after the game. We showed a whole lot of character the last 2 days. Two really good ball clubs in Emporia and Pitt State, and our guys competed really well and with a lot of effort and energy, and won one and lost one in one-run games. And we've learned from it, and hopefully we'll grow and be better this week here at home.
Of course, baseball's a little bit different. It's a marathon stretch, but you have this stretch here at home against two in-region opponents with Northwest Missouri, another MIAA school, also Washburn coming to town. Just talk about the importance of these games as it plays out with regional standings.
Yeah, the first importance is to win the conference, but then all your other games, non-conference games, are in-region games, and those count to an at-large bid to a regional tournament. So, we've got 5 here at home this week, and we need to take advantage of those home games and play better than we played this weekend, and hopefully win 5 games against in-region competition.
What do Savage Storm fans need to know about these two teams coming to town? I know you just faced a very stiff offensive team in Pittsburgh State. Tell us a little bit about Northwest Missouri and Washburn.
Northwest Missouri State, I do not know a whole lot about. This is our first matchup with those guys. They're normally pretty competitive in the league. Washburn's kind of been hit and miss. They've been right around the 500 mark the last couple of years, and their coach does a good job. We played them 4 times last year. They beat us 3 out of 4, all really close games, and so they're going to be a different team. They lost quite a few guys, and we lost some guys, so it'll be interesting to see how it matches up. I know they went to Southern Arc this weekend and went 1-2 against those guys.
Of course, again, talking with Coach Zach Crabtree, it's early in the season. You've, granted, had the off season to work, but what would you kind of point to as a strength of this team?
I think our competitiveness and our depth. Last year we didn't have much depth, especially on the mound. This year we're a little deeper, not as deep as we'd like to be, but we have depth offensively, and our guys push each other, and they're more of a team. Last year was kind of a learning experience, what to expect from me getting to know the guys. Now we know the guys that are returning and the other guys we brought in, so we recruited them, so we have a relationship. And so our guys are going to play hard and play the game right and play with a lot of energy and effort.
Having that kind of depth on the offensive side, does it create some difficult decision-making processes on your part?
It does, especially opening day. We had 13 guys we thought could be in the lineup, and only 9 can hit. And so we're trying to do a good job of mixing and matching those guys in and trying to play the hot hand and try to play matchups against right-handed pitchers and left-handed pitchers, and see how it plays out. And hopefully by the time we get into conference, we'll have a set lineup.
Of course, you look at the scores from this past week, gave up 10 and 7 respectively, one of those a one-run game and then a 3-2 game. Talk a little bit about your pitching staff, though. I would think that your pitching is a lot stronger than those numbers reflect.
Yes, like I said, the first game is a 10-0 game against UCO. It's 0-0, 2 outs in the 6th. Then we give up a 3 spot, and then we go to the bullpen, and we don't handle that very good, and we give up a 5 spot in the 7th. So it jumps up to 8-0 game. So then we go to another guy to just get his feet wet, and they hit a 2-run walk-off home run to run rule us. And so, really the score's not indicative of what the game was and how good Cody Nitson pitched. Then on Saturday, Mason Whitmarsh was outstanding, went 7 innings. And then Logan Teskey came in and did pitch 2 innings of solid relief. And then Colin Jameson came in and got the win, going 1 inning, striking out 2 hitters out of the 3 guys he faced. And then, Bryce Deathridge was really good for us last year, and he kind of got to pitch with the wind blowing out 30 miles an hour last night. And it was kind of an airport. My balls are flying out of there. And but he did a good job. He gave up 2 home runs in the first 2 innings, and he settled down and gave us a chance to win. And then we gave up another wind-blown shot late, and just kind of the way it goes.
Of course, it's early in the season, and I'm sure players will emerge. But are there any veteran leaders that you want fans to kind of learn about here in the early goings, guys, maybe to keep up with in the stat sheet as the year continues?
Yes, Austin Ferguson was second in the conference in hitting last year. This will be his fourth year to hitting a three-hole for me. He hit for me a three-hole 2 years at Murray State, now 2 years here at Southeastern. And so he's not your prototype hitter. He's just a very good baseball player and a really good hitter. He's not a power guy. He's a left-handed, bad body guy that can really find the barrel to the baseball. Then Easton Elliott has a chance to have a really good year. You know, he had a down year last year. He still hit 8 or 9 home runs, but not the production we expected. He hit 22 home runs as a sophomore at Eastern. So those two guys, Caleb Dubler has a chance to have a really good year. Andrew Bolin, and Davis Jinks, those guys are all big guys that hit in the middle of our order, and expect good years from those guys.
Of course, again, Zach Crabtree joining us for Diamond Talk. Coach, do appreciate the time. And, of course, coming up, Bob Solons with the call of today's game on the Southeastern Sports Network.